All right, folks. I hope you've rolled out the red carpet for this thread. Because if Trump can make American soldiers roll one out for Putin, an actual war criminal, small detail, then surely you can do the same for someone who isn't on The Hague's most wanted list. Easy enough. So what happened this week? Trump met Putin in Russia. Well, in his head. Because on camera, he said at least 3 times, "On Friday, I'm going to Russia." Reality check. It was Alaska. Yeah, that one piece of America that hasn't been Russian since 1867. Minor correction. And come on, this isn't some subtle geography question. It's literally either Russia or America. There is no gray zone here. This is like driving to Belgium and saying, "Wow, France looks close today." Even Sarah Palin knew better, and she once claimed she could see Russia from her porch, which, honestly, is still one of the most underrated comedy lines in American politics. But it gets better. Someone on Trump's team forgot a printout at the hotel printer. What was on it? Oh, just everything. The entire summit lunch menu, filet mignon with champagne vinaigrette. Because nothing says serious peace talks like beef in bubble sauce. The gift Trump was planning to give Putin, a bald eagle statue, because of course, as if he thought, what could really touch Putin's heart? A reminder that I too aspire to be a dictator, but with feathers. And best of all, a phonetic guide on how to pronounce Putin correctly. Yes, Putin. Imagine being president and needing a cheat sheet to pronounce the name of the guy you've been obsessively talking about for 8 years. Honestly, this isn't statecraft, this is slapstick. I picture Trump in his hotel room practicing in the mirror, Putin, Putin, like he's auditioning for a middle school play. And even with filet mignon, a bald eagle, and a pronunciation guide. No deal. 0. So here we are, day 208 of Trump's second term, and that promised day 1 peace in Ukraine is about as real as his tax returns. And to top it off, during the official photo op, journalists asked Putin about civilian casualties. His response? Idiots. Trump stood next to him, grinning like an awkward son-in-law at Christmas dinner. You could practically hear him thinking, "Please, someone get me back to my steak." As if that wasn't enough, Trump also decided to personally take over Washington, D.C. Official reason? Too much crime. Reality? Crime rates were actually going down. But hey, why trust data when you can just send in the FBI, DEA, and the National Guard? And where did he send them? Not to the neighborhoods that actually have high crime, no. To Georgetown and the National Mall, the most touristy places in the city. Seriously, nothing says public safety like that. Like a Humvee rumbling past while someone is sipping an $8 Frappuccino. And those federal agents, they were stopping people for smoking cigarettes on their porch. I'm anti-smoking myself, but come on, is this really what you deploy the National Guard for? This is the equivalent of sending SWAT because somebody left their trash bag out on the wrong day. Meanwhile, the U.S. economy is basically a Jenga tower being pulled at by a toddler. Inflation, worse than expected. Companies, falling like dominoes knocked over by a cat. And Trump's solution? He appointed a new director of statistics, Antony. Antony's first big decision? Just stop publishing numbers until they find the right ones. That's literally the same as saying, "I'm not overweight, I just refuse to get on the scale." And then, my personal favorite detail of the week, a Justice Department employee threw a sandwich at a federal agent and yelled, "Fascists." Trump's response? Send 20 agents to arrest him. For a sandwich. One sandwich. The guy had already volunteered to turn himself in, but apparently they needed a full-scale operation. This doesn't sound like politics. This sounds like a bad spin-off of Law and Order, SVU, Sandwich Victims Unit. So to recap, Trump thought Alaska was Russia. His team left summit secrets at the hotel printer. Putin called journalists idiots. DC got filled with Humvees protecting cappuccinos. The economy is being fixed by not measuring it. And a sandwich was treated like a weapon of mass destruction. Just another week in Trump's America.